How you doing? This is the guy from Pittsburgh. I've always been interested in paranormal, cats for years, the military. Middle name is George. My grandfather's name was George. And the paranormal. And I had a complaint, the videos were too long. Well, I feel I have to tell the story. And if you don't want to sit down and listen to the story, I'm sorry. But I'm going to go back to 1958. My late mother was psychic. She could tell when people were sick. There was something wrong in the family. And she knew. She knew when there was something wrong. She could sense it from thousands of miles away. When I had uncles that died, she knew they died before the rest of the family did. So anyway, in 1958, she takes the first Trans-World Airline jet flight to Europe. And somewhere around Nova Scotia, the plane catches on fire. They go back to New York, and I had it for years till I lost in a fire. They issued 2 inaugural certificates. One, a normal certificate commemorating their first jet flight. And then a second one with singed edges around it, commemorating the first jet flight to catch on fire. So she goes all the way to Germany to see my aunts and uncles and cousins and her father and her mother. Her father was ill. And she didn't know at the time he was dying. And she had to return abruptly because there was a family emergency in this end. So, very upset, she goes all the way back to the U.S. after spending several days to get to Europe and doesn't get to spend much time. I have a picture somewhere with my grandfather in his bathrobe, surrounded by the rest of the family. And that's the last time she saw him. She gets back to Washington, D.C., and one morning about 3 a.m., a bright light appears at the foot of her bed in the bedroom. Now, our apartment then, we had doors, but we kept them open. The light woke me up. I'm 6 years old. I have my little pajamas on, and I go down the hall to see what's going on. I see this bright, glowing light at the foot of her bed. And at the foot of her bed, she wakes up. My father didn't wake up. He didn't know what was going on. And standing in front of her and looking at her is the shimmering image of our father. He was a gray-haired man. He'd been in the Austrian military, oddly enough, not in the German military. In World War I, we have a picture of him here in the box of pictures where he's wearing the pickle knob helmet like you see in Hogan's Heroes and the Colonel Klink's desk. He was an artillery officer. In those days, they have little pictures around the main big picture, and the main big picture is him with his artillery piece, a cannon. So he'd been in that military, did not serve in World War II, he was too old. So he just looked at her and smiled and disappeared. And then she immediately called Germany, which was very expensive in those days, and found out that the exact moment that he appeared in front of her, he died. So she knew that was his way of telling her that he was going to be all right and was going to move on to the next level of existence. So this is another affirmation to me that we live on after we die. All right. I hope that's not too long enough for you. And I'll be back in a couple minutes with yet another video of my paranormal experiences. And I was also told that people can't hear me. I'm talking kind of low because my voice is still kind of raw. And Bateman and MV can't make the show tomorrow night. So I have to see how my voice is. I'll notify Bateman whether or not, see if he wants me on Bell Gab. I think I should get paid by the mile at this rate or something. I'm on there every week now. I feel like Bing Crosby doing the Kraft Music Hall or something. Okay, I'm done with this one. Put it in the can. And hello, Bell Gabbers, Little Chris, Area 51 drone, Paladin, and a cast of thousands, or so it seems. And free Art Bell, and have a great night. Bye-bye.